Hello, everyone. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome to another live stream. We're recording this live where we're going to do some energy readings for the month of November that is coming up, November 2021. And for that, we're going to be connecting and channeling the angels and the keepers of light today to see what they have to say about this month and how can we grow and improve ourselves through the awareness of these vibrations that will be surrounding us during the month. So for those of you who are new here, perhaps you've never been to my channel, thank you for joining me. My name is Maria. I receive you here with all my heart, my soul, my gratitude. I hope you find what you're looking for here. You will find Reiki, you will find angel healing, a lot of angel work and angel talk in here, and everything you need on your spiritual growth and on returning to yourself and just reconnecting with your truth. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe before we even begin and follow me in other social media platforms. Let me just show you where you can make sure you subscribe. Yeah, you can see it there now. Click the bell as well, don't forget, so you'll be notified when I come live, because I do a lot of live streams here on YouTube. And there you go, here is where you can find me on other social media platforms. Make sure you follow me there so you can get more content and continue your spiritual growth. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and also we have the Beautiful Souls Tribe. If you're interested, it's on Telegram. It's a group. It's a free group where you're going to receive extra and exclusive content there. So make sure you join the Beautiful Souls Tribe on Telegram. The link for all of this is down below. Okay, but if you have any question, let me just go back. If you have any question, you can also write me as well. Okay. So today we're going to be doing this reading. Let's see. I'm excited about November. November for me is it's a beautiful month. For me personally, I feel November as one of the most angelic months because it's number 11. The whole month, we have an angel number throughout the month. And we have Thanksgiving that is celebrated in the US, right? And even though they don't celebrate it here where I live, the energy is still there, and I love that energy of gratitude. And I think it's something that the whole world needs to think about and to always be grateful for. Give thanks for so many things. We are coming to the end of the year, so it's always positive to start getting in the mood of being grateful for the things that happened and are happening right now. So I think we can start, right? It's time to connect with the angels and to see what they have to say for this month. November is here. So let's first talk about the energy in itself. They're asking me to use the chakra deck, basically to see the main focus, okay? The base of the energy for this month, because there's so much going on. Another thing I need to mention, they're asking me to tell you guys, is about the divine feminine. The divine feminine is rising, and we need to acknowledge that, and we need to work on that in each one of us individually, because that's the only way the divine feminine will get in balance with the divine masculine. So just rise with the divine feminine, rise together. So we have, that's interesting, you guys. We have 2 cards for the root chakra, meaning very human experience, talking about family and possessions. So talking about basically relationships, and also about finances, belongings, treasures, connection. So this is what they're actually saying. November is a month, which makes sense when we're talking about Thanksgiving, but anyway, November is a month to focus on your families, to focus on our relationships with those we love. Without, now this is important. They're saying that someone needs to hear this, I don't know if it's live or if it's later, but be careful with being overly possessive over people. Be careful, because we are not the owners of anybody. We don't own anyone. Be mindful. Now we need to work through this. This is very strong, you guys, because sometimes we don't notice we're doing this, and we are telling people what they need to do, what they have to do. And if they don't do it, we get mad and upset. We have to give people, if we want to have our free will, we have to give them their free will as well. Excuse me. Whenever I sneeze during a reading, it means I have nature energy around, which makes sense. It's root chakra. But now this is one of the things that need to be looked into and need to be healed in all of us, actually, because again, sometimes we demand people to do some things or to have some kind of attitudes that are based on our needs, but we don't actually give them the freedom to be themselves. And this, I mean, this is related to family. This is related to even, it's a very delicate subject. I was not expecting for this reading to be this deep, but even when it comes to their choices, what they want to, for example, your children, what they want to study, or even their sexual preferences, or even people, there's a lot to work on this. Even people that are choosing, for example, to be vegetarian or not being vegetarian, or what kind of work they want to do, what kind of job they want to have, what kind of hair color they want to have, what kind of clothing they want to wear. And we keep on giving our constructive opinions, but we need to be mindful about giving people back their free will and not creating separation through our beliefs, because we have to allow people to have their own beliefs, and we have to allow people to be themselves to the fullest. You do that to yourself. You set yourself free to do what you feel like you should be doing, again, with your life and with your hair, with your clothing, with your body, with the things you eat, with what you want to work on, what job you want to have, what kind of job you want to have. But you need to look around and also understand that people also need to have that freedom. So it's very strong, because they're even showing me like a cage. It's time to get connected and to be one and set ourselves free, because we don't see that sometimes we do tell people what they need to be or what they need to do, but we have to allow them to make their own choices. If we want to have the freedom to make our own choice, we need to look around and understand, where are we being too harsh on people, or how are we somehow keeping people locked, taking away their freedom of choice. It's interesting, because this is a very deeply rooted energy in humankind on Earth. And since Gaia and the Earth is ascending, we need to also ascend with it, and we need to also start looking at some things that really need our attention. So pay attention to this. They're also showing me, they're also showing me, they're talking about judgment, and they're showing me like missing children, or people going through difficult times that we don't even see them, we don't even know at this very time, at this very moment. There are people going through this now. So we need to acknowledge the pain in other people. That's what they're saying. We need to acknowledge that other people are also going through harsh times, that there are some things happening right now, and it's time for us to be humble, and it's time for us to get connected with one another and to help one another as much as we can. Because this is what this is all about, you guys. Ascension means becoming whole, becoming one again, everyone connected through this web of energies that is here on Earth. So we need to start looking at other people with the eyes of love and kindness and compassion, and allow them to go through their own stuff without interfering. Of course, you can have your opinions. You're free to have your own opinions, but just don't take away the free will that people have. Because we are here to follow our spiritual contracts, and there are some spiritual contracts that cannot be, spiritual contracts can never be taken away. So there are things that we as humans need to go through in order for us to expand. And this is one of the learnings, to be connected, to be understanding, to let go of the ego, to let go of sometimes being too possessive over things, even material things, they're saying. Depending on buying something, if I don't get that iPhone, I'm gonna die, these things that are just, in the end of the day, meaningless, because we are here to be free, and we are here to be love. And freedom plays a very important role in this. Now they're heading over to the topic of material things. Depending on material things that are unnecessary, that are just for our ego, that is a kind of a cage. That is a kind of a prison. Because when we get to a point that sometimes we are addicted to this, or that we work for months just to get that specific thing. He keeps showing me iPhone. They keep showing me iPhone because it's a very good example, right? And for example, I'll give you my an understanding of what I'm talking about. I'm from Brazil. Most of you know, I think. But back home, back in my country, people sometimes they spend their whole lives paying for an iPhone because they want to show other people that they have that status. And that is a kind of a prison, because there isn't the need. And when we get into the energy of need of something or someone, we are locked. We are in jail. So they're asking us to be conscious about our sense of community, our sense of connection, our sense of kindness, our sense of respect with one another, instead of you know, wasting our energies with things that don't really change anything, that don't make any difference. So it's important to look into these things, you guys. Let me show you the cards because they're beautiful. I hope it's making sense. I hope you can understand at least what I'm talking about. So this is the family one, and this is the possessions card. It's very deep, and I love this one actually. They're also my guardian angel is showing me this, actually something personal, but he's showing me that this kind of reminds me of Halloween that is coming up as well, and I love Halloween, so he's just showing me that. Interesting. Now let's get going. Let me see which archangel wants to come through. Let me just open here. Oh, sweet. We have Jeremiah. And Jeremiah brings such a soothing energy. That's sweet. He's showing me this. This is what he's showing me, as if he's bringing a bucket with water and he's just cooling things down, throwing water to cool things down, to put the fire off. And the card says, this card is actually in Portuguese, but I will read it to you anyway. It says, everything is okay. Everything is, you see, everything is happening as it should be, with blessings in this guide, in this guide, in disguise. No, in disguise, right? With blessings in disguise that you will soon understand. So again, let me show you his card. Jeremiah is coming through to tell us, let me just take this. You get to choose what you want to focus on. If you want to see things, from your ego, or if you want to see things from your heart and from a spiritual perspective, because everything is always working in a way where, again, they're talking about this again, in a way where we're going to have, we need to go through our spiritual contracts, and everything is happening as it should be, even when we don't understand. But just rest assured that behind the drapes, they're saying, behind the drapes, there are blessings happening. There are things changing. There are things healing. And the drapes they're talking about is the ego. So behind the ego, if you choose to open the drapes, then you will see the blessings. Behind all the things that are happening right now in our planet, and all the separation that is going on through so many things, that's what he says, be the light bearer, be the one that brings the bucket of water, to cool things down. Don't throw more fuel into the fire. Okay, don't get into arguments, don't judge people, don't tell people what they need to do. Now, I'm not gonna get into that topic, but it's okay if you want to do something and other people don't. If you don't want to do something and other people do want to do something, and maybe you guys know what I'm talking about, just cannot say that word on YouTube, but just respect and just let go. This is about, now, interesting, he's saying that everything is happening now is kind of a test. It's kind of it's a spiritual contract that Gaia needs to go through, and the test he's talking about is about how we are individually choosing to experience all the things that are happening. If we are choosing to tell people off, if we are choosing to create more separation, to not work through our acceptance, to not work through our connection with people, it doesn't matter what they do or who they are. It doesn't matter their skin color. It doesn't matter, their status. It really is a choice. And this is not about who's right or wrong. This is about how you are perceiving it, from the ego or from love. So again, he says, everything is okay. Just breathe. The universe knows what's happening. The universe knows what he's doing. The divine knows what he's doing, or the angels, or whatever you want to call it. So, this is not about feeding the ego and saying who's right or wrong. This is about acceptance, connection, and love with one another. It doesn't matter what they do, or who they are, or where they're from, or what job they have, or their hair color, their skin color, their sexual preference. We need to start breaking through this barriers, and these drapes, as they mentioned, and these judgments and separations. The only way to rise, the only way to expand the consciousness, is by looking at at their souls, and not at what's outside of the soul. Okay, because the body is just the castle. It's just the home, but you need to look at what's inside. Period. It doesn't mean a person is bad or is good if they do this or that. If they don't do this or don't do that. You need to look at the soul. They keep insisting in this. Look at their soul. They keep showing me us, people looking in their eyes. Like, you look at people on their, like, through the eyes, through the heart, and not through anything else. So it's about breathing, and it's about choosing to raise and to open your perspective over things and over people right now. This is really important and really needed, you guys. So the next card we have now, this is from the Keepers of Light. We have, I hope I can pronounce his name, because I never know how to pronounce his name properly, but it's Diwalkul. Is that how you say it? Oh my God, I hope I'm saying it right. But this is so perfect. Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Dharma and karma balance. Again, they insist in this. People are going, we're going through our own journey individually. What I need to learn is not the same that you need to learn in this lifetime. And it's the same with every other person. Nobody is here in the same level of their spiritual awakening. Their souls, all of us, our souls are all different souls. We're all in a different path to our ascension, to our growth. So all of us, we have the power to transform karma into dharma, to transform the whole separation and ego and fear and anger that is so rooted in the earth, to transform that into good by bringing the bucket of water and creating life, creating connection, creating love, compassion instead. So remember that this is really important. This is so beautiful. That's who he is. I hope you can see. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, but he's the kindest being, ascended master. So yeah, it's about balancing and about transforming the negative into positive. Seeing things not as bad, seeing things as they are from a spiritual perspective, from a higher place. That's the only way things can change and be healed. That's the only way us individually can rise, can get out of the 3D mindset, is by creating dharma, by creating good things, ripples of positive energies around us. As he says, remember that you are on the path. This is a journey. Earth is a school, and we are here to learn to be ourselves. And we can only be ourselves if we are free to be ourselves. So don't take away other people's free will, and don't allow other people to take away your own free will as well. One step at a time. We're going through the process. We're going through the healing. We're going through the changes, through the shifts. And we get to do the work of transforming within us, within our beliefs, our judgment towards the world. We can transform that and see actually good and see the positive and understand that things are unfolding for the highest good of all. We are not the ones who get to say what's right or wrong. We are the ones who get to just bring love and to just bring understanding and allow people to take their own actions and do what they believe to their own, level of consciousness, what they believe is the best for them, because that's part of their journey, to understand that, to make their own choices. And it's the same for us. So it's about individually being free to be yourselves, but looking at one another and connecting with one another as one. By each person being free to be themselves, then together we become whole. Because we return to the heart, we return to love. Okay? I hope it's making sense, you guys. So it's such a powerful message. Oh my God, I love this. It's serious, right? I was not expecting for the message to be so serious today. Exactly. Yeah, me too. It's different. I'm surprised actually. And it's interesting because they're quite serious about this. It's interesting. I feel the energy, like they're very like, okay, Archangel Michael is here. He's saying some things we can be chilled when we talk about, but some things we need to be serious. There are some things that need to be taken in consideration from a more serious understanding, rather than just laughing, smiling, and being cool. There's a lot of things that need to be looked into with responsibility, he says. That's what I have for November. It's deep and powerful. Wow. I hope it's resonating with you guys. Please think about that whenever the ego is triggered, whenever you see someone going in a different way, in a different path than you are, choosing something different than you are choosing, and just respect that. Don't get into the arguments. Let them be. There's already a lot of people that are not conscious and they are getting engaged in these separations. But don't do that yourself. And Michael is also saying this. I know sometimes it feels lonely. I know sometimes it feels like we're just a few. But don't think that, because the light always wins, and light is much more powerful. So hold the light and just choose to see every situation from your higher self, from your higher spiritual perspective. Okay, that's the way to grow and to expand in this journey, to ascend. That's the way we turn karma into dharma. Beautiful. So, yeah, I think that's it. That's what I have for the month of November. I hope it's resonating. Let me know in the comments if it's making sense to you guys. Yeah, Drop me a comment always, because I love interacting with you. And then again, let me just show you this. Make sure, wait. No, that's not, wait, sorry. Make sure you subscribe, okay? And also make sure you follow me in the other social media platforms. Before I go as well, if you want to learn about the angels, make sure you also join the circle, the angel circle of light. We have done already Archangel Michael, and Archangel Raphael is coming up. And the angel circle of light, you're going to learn about this specific archangel, and you're going to learn like everything you need to learn about him. It's an online course, and it's also a very deep, profound experience with that angel. That's how you will start to understand the difference of vibrations with each archangel, and then you can recognize when they are with you. You will learn how to properly connect with each archangel. So if you are interested, make sure you join the angel circle of light. Okay, it's one of my deeper works with the angels when it comes to teaching and connecting with them. Okay, I think that's all. So I want to thank everyone who's been here with me for this message, for this reading. I hope it's again resonating and making sense to you. Hold on the light, open your heart. Thank you for joining me, and I wish you all a month of November very blessed, very conscious, very compassionate, loving. They're talking also about forgiving. They're saying forgiving as well. And make sure you work through everything that needs to that you need to start be like you need to start being like you need to start releasing now, because we're heading towards the end of the year. So start looking at these things that we were talking about today, and choose to start changing that, so you can begin 2022 in a much higher conscious, in a much higher place. Okay, have a wonderful day, everyone. Have a wonderful month of November. Thank you. Shanti, 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 and namaste.